welcome to this great edition at United Way of Enid in Northwest Oklahoma. I'm Dan Scheidel, Executive Director of United Way, and with me in the studio is Clifford Porter, and he is the CEO and the Executive Director of Booker T. Washington Community Center right here in Enid. And so I want to say welcome.
Well, appreciate you having me.
You bet, yeah, and it's good to have you in the studio, and I want to talk to you a little bit about Booker T. Washington Community Center, and they are one of our partner agencies, and they provide a great service to a lot of community folks, and we want to talk a little bit about that and give you a little bit more information about Booker T. Washington Community Center and why you should continue to support United Way and Booker T. Washington Community Center. So let's start off a little bit of history about Booker T. himself. Well, pretty interesting gentleman.
Yes, he is,
yeah.
And make no mistake about it, he's well known nationwide.
Right,
and,
right.
What I've learned about him, he is the founder of the Tuskegee Institute in Tuskegee, Alabama. And that is where my little sister went to college, and most of my family members went to college. I had an uncle who was a head basketball coach at Tuskegee.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
so that's interesting.
So he was kind of recruiting the family through that institution. So it's kind of unique here. We're talking about Booker T. Washington and the institute that he founded. Yeah. But I found him to be a very highly educated, back then, African-American male. With that being said, when you move into the civil rights movement and equality that Dr. King always talked and fought for, he set the groundwork for that with that institution. And Booker T. Washington here, as I remember, as the story was told to me, started as a high school in the Government Spring Park. And there are pictures at the museum of the old school at the Government Spring Park. And somewhere in the early 30s, they built the new the Booker T. Washington Community Center as a high school. And it's served, I believe,
that was 1921.
1921, I'm sorry.
No,
I said 31, 21, yes.
You were only about 10 years.
No, well, remember, that's well before my time.
Right. Yeah.
But it was during segregation, and many of the folks in that community where Booker T. reside, they're gone on home now, but they left back a legacy to help start what we're doing today.
So in the 50s, I think it was 1951, is when the building was renovated again with a gymnasium.
Yes,
right?
It was the second part of the building added on to the school itself, which that is the gym.
Right.
And as I took you on tour last Thursday, you saw where the old building were, where the gym, where we walked over to the gym.
Yeah, you made me do all those stairs. That about killed me.
I don't think, that's one thing I tell folks when they visit the center. You get your cardio when you come to Booker T. Washington.
You get your exercise, that's for sure.
Yes, you do.
Well, so then in I think it was in 59 or 60 is when the segregation was going on in Enid.
Yes,
is that right?
Well, it was segregation during that time of the schools opening up until, I believe, 61, when the schools integrated. And once they integrated, Booker T shut down, the Board of Education shut the building down, and just kind of, that's where the Board of Education stored all the old school things, as I know it. In 1970 or 71, Doris Allen and a lot of the local community leaders, my grandmother, Herbeline Laster, there's John L. Newton, I can go on, LaDonna Ware's dad, Jesse Ware, they all went to the city and proposed, I gave them a proposal to open that building for recreation for the local youth there, because back then there was still some form of segregation where the black youth would not go any further in the city for recreation. So
was that part of Doris's vision for the community
I believe
center?
that was her division, along with many of the local community leaders, to restore that building, to give the children in the community some form of recreation, a safe place.
Yep, safe place to be with nutritional and educational value as well, right?
And it didn't start with all three, but it started with a safe place to go and a place to recreate, and because many of the families didn't have vehicles to drive across town and do whatever, so it was walking distance for many. I can remember. I remember the center in the 70s when that's where I learned to play ball.
Wow.
So it was a great thing. We only had the gym, an old gym floor, no heat, no air conditioning. We just took it as is. One bathroom. You know.
Oh, you had to share, right?
We had to share bathrooms,
Wow.
and I believe the city gave enough money to keep the lights, help keep the utilities going.
Gotcha, yeah.
A lot of times, local churches took up donations. Doris Allen and her husband took up donations from the community and churches just to help keep the building going.
Wow.
Because I can remember days when it didn't open because it did not have electricity or running water.
Well, that's one of the important things that when you look at Booker T. Washington, the community center, it really distinguishes itself as a program that combines nutrition, learning, and activities after school, right?
Absolutely.
So you can tell us a little bit about those different things that go into that mix.
Well, Miss Allen, to credit her and the rest of the community, their vision was to have a latchkey program after school for school-age children, and that was somewhere for them to go. And they didn't have a full nutrition program, but she came up with it was crackers and milk. That's what we ate. But we always had something, and then we didn't have set classrooms, but we had just the gymnasium to gather in. So later on, as her vision broadened, many other programs came along where there was monies for after-school programs that she tapped into. Then the CDBG monies came.
Now, CDBG is
that's community block grant money.
Right.
Federal money that came to this community for low income.
Usually comes through the city.
And the city kind of operated that through these organizations. But I'm gonna tell you, I remember the CEDAR program, the JTPA program. That's how Miss Allen.
Too many acronyms there. You better not go there. People are going, what are those programs?
Well, these were government programs that sponsored summer programs in local communities.
Gotcha.
And it would give local youth jobs to work during the summer in their community.
Which, there again, that taught accountability, that also gave them structure.
Absolutely.
And it really gave them a way to actually mentor to their peers and work with them.
Absolutely.
Right?
And when I came aboard, I was just a coach.
Yeah.
Ms. Allen asked me, the kids didn't have any, sports, so I offered basketball, and wow, it just bloomed from there. So I took an idea to Ms. Allen about an after-school program as it relates to the kids had to attend our tutoring program to participate in our recreational program, which was basketball. Man, in 1 year, I went from one team to 4 the next year. So the word got out what I was doing over here. And Miss Allen's expertise was in education because she was a librarian for Emerson Junior High. So she got with some of the local teachers. They came over and did some volunteer and tutoring. Well, that got a little demanding. So we had to tap into some monies to where we can get some paid staff to continue our tutoring program. Right. And I continued the recreational part. And then the Oklahoma Food Bank came along in 98. And that became our full nutritional program. So we just kind of blended them all together, and we were able to offer all those services to low to moderate income families and kids who wanted to attend our programs. Booker T, we have a policy, we do not turn anybody away, regardless wealth or whatever. We don't turn anybody away, but we do target the lower income families.
Well, you know, one of the things that is important is that the director, such as you, is a very important male role model for these kids. And you know, I'm sure there are a lot of single parent families that come to use Booker T. Washington Community Center. And so it's very important for your role as a mentor, as a male role model, to be there for those kids. So can you tell us a little bit about that relationship and how you build?
Just being one of the patrons that grew up through that building, and it's a trust factor. And then coming back from college and moving back home, now becoming an employee of the center, they know who I am, they know what family background I'm from. So parents trusted that, and they started bringing their kids, and then 3 decades later, 3 decades later, here I'm still.
You're still there.
Their children, you know. So
wow.
That's where that relationship kind of built there and a trust factor.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and that's very important, and we appreciate all you do there. The summer program. Well, before I get to that, I want to talk a little bit about the Enid Public Schools relationship with the 4-year-old program.
Yes.
And the Carver Early Childhood Education Center.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great program working with Christine Smith, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about that relationship.
Oh, I tell you, God is good. When that building opened up for the 4-year-old program next door to Booker T, that means we used to go 5 years and up, but now it backed up to 4 years because now it's part of the school system. Yeah. Well, we kind of collaborated because located at Carver, they don't have a gym close by for recreation, so we offered our facility for recreation for the young youth during 175 school days, and in return, the school system does some things for Booker T and helps us out, and it is a good partner relationship. The one thing I love about it is after school, the 4-year-olds leave there, and they come to about 7 to 10 come to our after-school program. So it's kind of one hand washes the other there.
Yeah, gotcha.
So it's a good collaboration.
Well, talk to us a little bit about the summer program. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do the summer program this year because we just didn't have the funding, right?
So well, funding and we had some infrastructure problems
issues,
that we
right.
that we wanted to address.
You probably don't want to get into that.
I don't, but I do want to say this. Our program is so important to us for our patrons, and it really crushed us not to be able to offer that this summer.
Yeah.
But we really lean on our safety record there at Booker T, and with God's looking out, we haven't had any major injuries in our program. Thank God for that. And we didn't want to go in blind, short-handed, and try to have a program, and now our patrons are not safe.
Well, hopefully you'll get that back up.
Yeah, well, I think we'll be back. We'll be good next year.
And I mean, you're looking at almost 135 kids, right? That
absolutely
don't have anything to do.
Absolutely, and
no place to go.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that everything is working out for them this summer. But we'll be back bigger and better.
Yeah. So that you're usually working with the kids in the morning, and then in the afternoon, Zoe just takes over.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that program got started off ours.
Yeah, that's good. Good deal.
A long time ago, so it's a good deal.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, we only have a couple of minutes left.
Okay.
So let's talk about some things that I may have missed asking you.
Well, I'll just go into what programs we do offer.
Sure.
We have the after-school programs Monday through Friday from 3 to 5:30.
That's during the school year?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Doing 175 school days. And then we go into our summer program, which is an 8-week program. Mm-hmm. We put out 125 applications. We usually serve anywhere from 75 to 80 kids.
Because that's the max that you can do.
That's all we can do, and that's counting the summer youth helpers also that we serve, but we use them as summer youth workers.
Okay.
So.
Well, I tell you what, if folks want to get involved, they can always contact the United Way and help us out, because when you help us out with the United Way, you're really helping all of our partner agencies. And again, Clifford, appreciate you being here.
Hey, Dan, my pleasure.
You know, I know that you provide a great service to our community, and I hope that you'll continue to do that. God willing, the creek don't rise, and you know, we just pray that everything will turn out well this year, and that we'll have a great campaign, and you all will as well, because I know you're going to be launching a website.
Absolutely.
You're looking at other ways of raising funds that can offset some of your expenses.
Yes, so they'll be hearing a lot about Booker T in the future, Dan. And I just want to take this time to say we really, truly appreciate the United Way and what it does for our city and our community center.
Well, thank you.
And just wanted to thank you, for being a part of that. And also want to welcome you to our great city.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And appreciate you. And we hope that you'll do your part and be involved with United Way and our community, because we count on you. And I know that you might count on us someday. So thanks again for joining us in this edition of United Way, Enid, Oklahoma.
Hi, I'm Tracy Biddle from Leonardo's Children's Museum. Don't forget to come see us at 200 East Maple in downtown Enid, and also watch for us here on Community Talk.